have a question. My son died, and I would like to know how to deal with overwhelming emotions.
Yes. Sometimes don't give too much in the beginning. Let them be free to express. Trying to deal with them often leads to some kind of suppression, and I don't feel it is healthy. I don't know in what form they are being expressed at the moment in your life, but sometimes it could be just intense feeling of grief and crying and not being able, don't want to see people, like to be alone for a while. I think space should be offered for that sometime, you see? But there comes a point where it takes on a kind of shape like as though you're not accepting. If you're not accepting, because that kind of death comes to everybody. The death of the body, the cessation of the life force leaves the body and so on. If you refuse to accept it, then it creates something different, and that can turn into a very deep sadness, whereby you get stuck or trapped in it. But initially, grief is natural to be felt. You use the word overwhelming. I would like to ask what is to say something more about this overwhelmingness of it.
Well, overwhelming, I mean, when I feel like I can't handle it anymore and it fills me up totally. Like I walk over the Lakshmanjula bridge and I see the rock in the Ganges where I used to swim with him.
Yes.
And it's just like, whoa. And, it brings my own feeling of separatedness into my being, and it's really painful. So, yes, that's what I want to give to you.
Yes.
Because I also feel like now it's already a few years and I've been riding the waves of the grief, and I don't want to identify with, being a grieving person, because life is so much bigger. And I also want to be here and help others who have to go through those, because I'm not the only one.
Yes. Sometimes that can help you yourself to come over it.
What did you say?
Sometimes in trying to help other people, you come beyond that state.
Yes, that's what the Dalai Lama says, be in service.
Yes.
But, how to...
Are you in that state now?
Oh. No, I feel actually really grateful that I can tell you about it.
Yes.
And just put it out there and see how these waves keep going.
Yes. Have you in those, how many years it's been?
7.
7 years. In those 7 years, have you had fun at all in any way? Have you laughed and met with friends and also...
Yes.
Yes. So that part of yourself must find expression also.
Yes.
Otherwise it becomes, it can almost become an arrogance to not let go. Like somehow something belongs to you. It is better actually to feel nothing belongs to you, even you, if you can do this. And also sometimes I say to the people who spend more time with me, I say, live as though you have no rights.
No what?
Rights. No entitlements. You understand?
Yes.
Because sometimes we feel, like you have a right to something, I'm entitled to something, and I say, try to just put it over there. Don't have any...
As if I have an entitlement to my grief and my sadness.
The grief doesn't come to ask you, am I entitled to express myself? It comes. So let it come out. Let it come. But also be conscious of it. Be conscious that, okay, now it's coming, now something's expressing. And in some way, by observing it, it allows a natural detachment to come in, a certain amount of impersonalness to come in. And that is very important, you see, to just let that, because if you could hear your son's voice now, I don't think he'll be telling you, Mom, you know, I'm happy that you're so miserable. He's not going to tell you that. He's going to say, I want you to be happy for me.
You mean he would say, I would want you to be happy?
Huh?
That's what you're saying. He would say, I should be happy.
He would want you to be happy. You want those you love to be happy. Because he's not in pain.
It's a mystical journey, this life and death kind of thing. And I'm really glad that I'm here right now.
Yes. Actually, you're going to become conscious that every day there's some living and some dying. In your own life has to be. That's healthy life. Dying to some concepts, dying to some ideas of how we should or should not be. That's healthy life.
Yeah, when you talked to that man about his anger, I could see that his is the anger that goes like this, and mine is the sadness or the depression that goes like that too.
Yes. Then you can apply the same approach also.
Yes.
To look for who is really grieving here, and just really analyze it and look with spaciousness, and not with any preconceived, perspective. Just a clean, open question to try and identify, to locate and identify the one who is really grieving. And what does it want, or what is going on there? So with that sense of some separateness, it will expose, and you will see. And that seeing, that detachment is very important in order to let things come to rest in the proper way. It takes a little bit of intention to keep it and to tackle it a little bit, but in a safe way, because you're not fighting with it. You're simply observing and discovering the power of observing, and observing with detachment. That will come into it.
Observing with detachment.
Yes. And then also sometimes observing with the feeling of attachment. And observing
with the feeling of attachment.
And then observe with the feeling of detachment, and experience what it feels like. And then you feel that you'll be able to make a natural choice. Because with detachment, there'll be much more spaciousness. There'll be more peace. It becomes more phenomenal, that it is a sensation that arises and subsides, and is weakness. It comes and goes. But
yes,
you are not the one that is coming and going.
Yes. Yes, I was thinking there's day and night and dark and light and all of that, but yes, where I meet my son is beyond or deeply within. Thank you, Mooji.
Thank you.